Valentine's Day is coming soon, and I don't mind admitting I'm feeling the pressure. Most of you husbands out there are feeling it, so I'm no different. But I do have a bit of a unique problem. Years ago, I did the unthinkable. That's right, I set the bar too high. I can see you guys out there shaking your heads. You're going to shake them even worse when I tell you what I did. But first, I'm going to tell you why I did it. A lot of you already know what kind of a wife Kristy is, and how we met on the beach in Jamaica. She walked past me on the beach, smiled at me, and it was love at first sight. I melted like chocolate on a hot sidewalk. A couple of years later, I asked her to marry me. I asked her parents' permission first. I got down on one knee. I presented a ring and I told her I would spend the rest of my life trying to make her happy. It was the classic approach, and at the time, I thought I nailed it. And we both worked pretty hard and enjoyed our careers. Kristy's a veterinarian with a heart of gold. She's the most compassionate person I know, and she'll help any creature in need. We did some traveling with the kids. We made a lot of fantastic memories. Everything went smoothly until 2004 when Kristy found out she had cancer. The diagnosis changed the way we looked at things. It all worked out in the end, but we learned to appreciate life a little more. We did a lot more traveling with the kids. We spent more time making memories that we had been putting off for someday. We went to Costa Rica. We rode horses up a mountain, swam at the bottom of waterfalls. We ziplined across the forest canopy.
Thank you. Okay, stand up. Oh my gosh.
Nice, eh?
We sat at the bottom of a volcano and watched chunks of lava bouncing down the side. Then Kristy introduced us all to scuba diving, one of her greatest passions, and now one of ours too. One day I saw Kristy in the garden. She was smelling the lilacs. I walked up to her and I saw that she had tears in her eyes. She said that the smell of lilacs reminded her of spring, and that in the beginning she'd been afraid that she wouldn't live to smell them again. She said that she'd been afraid that she wouldn't see the kids grow up and have lives of their own. She said that now the smell of lilacs in the spring remind her that she's been given the gift of another year. Then in a typical Kristy moment, she looked at me and she said, "That year must have been hard for me. For me." She asked me if I had any regrets or if I would do it all again. Of course, I said that without hesitation, I would do everything again. But the more I thought about that question, the more I realized I did have one regret. Because Kristy taught me to look at life in a different way. It's been a fantastic adventure. But looking back, it just didn't seem right that we started off with such an ordinary proposal. Aside from her kids, there's one thing that Kristy loves more than anything in this world, and that is scuba diving, which got me thinking. As luck would have it, we were traveling to Belize with friends that year, and we were going to be there for Valentine's Day. So I started planning an underwater wedding. The scuba instructor just happened to be a boat captain as well, and he's legally able to marry people while at sea, or under it. We slipped off the boat and headed straight for the bottom. We found a sandy spot, and we called Kristy over. I had some plastic cards to help me pop the question. But getting back to my problem, this year the bar is set way too high, and I don't know how I could possibly top it. But I think I have an idea.